So you can basically imagine if you've got Wi-Fi medical equipment in three types, and you've already stolen someone's identification, medical details and stuff like that. They've got some reoccurrence, like Summer Foley likes to put in one of her offers reoccurrence, so they know how to attack previous symptoms. The idea you've had either for old people or young people, or embellish on something new that they've put on their record in regards to pushing it there and hiding behind medication or whatever it is, the way they attack. So you can imagine if you're stopping them basically after you've got all your Wi-Fi medical equipment installed from a remote location, got their identification, got all their medical details, stop them from your South Wales police, stop them there, stop them from your local hospitals, stop them your bank accounts, and attack them inside places where basically either they already have some recurrences or something like that. And this is how you then wipe away debt for large companies in regards to killing them and then modifying their results from the imaging if they're ever going their doctor's result, pathology results, and then you hide away murder and then you burn their body. And you just post-mortem modify it, which the experts are doing, create some imaging along the way, and get the person along the way whilst self-diagnosing them whilst not knowing about it. With me it was different. They had to let me know they made a mistake in that regards, and I was able to ask questions for every 10 questions I would ask and work stuff out, and then they constantly have to get an eye and ear on the victims in regards to that. So the old and young, they're leaving them alone, and the rest are leaving alone. They're all focusing on me because I'm reporting, and that's been a beneficiary for everyone else, but then they've also then suffered whilst in their sleeps, which then I then have to then document here whilst they hold them here thinking everything is okay by keeping this Wi-Fi medical equipment inside them, which is not okay. And then all they got to do is keep getting them to write something down or discredit it to other people in regards to that's just normal symptom, because they're scared of what they see they've done to me, bash me, put me away and all that kind of stuff. So that's basically all I have to say in regards to this video log. Hope that gives you some assistance in regards to going through it live as a witness in regards to this. So hopefully that assists you if you ever go through it, or you're able to then warn other people in regards to this possibility happening to anyone else in the future. So if anyone else is listening that have this Wi-Fi medical equipment, then hope you're able to at least get something from it and get a head start, catch up, and then able to counteract that by going to a general surgeon and trying to get in an MRI offline, or if not, grouping together, getting the AFP, or if not, to an MRI machine, and then we'll basically can then convince a doctor the possibility first, and then looking at it from that point of view. If not, they win in the regards to you then trying to then basically let them know that this is their what I'm feeling inside, but then don't talk about the equipment, which they basically want to cover up that their weapons in that regards to it, using it from like a remote control car from a remote location whilst having their identity, etc., whilst live updating or putting fake illnesses or fake pathology or imaging, which they're then going to use as defense now. They're stuck in because they're basically there's too many reports out there, too many. If they then died in the coroner, this report then basically will then identify through autopsy, which then they'll get busted, and that's in murder as well as fraud, and etc., which this large group of 50 suspects have been able to gather evidence on in regards to them having pre-knowledge, which the pre-knowledge they still then store away for their family and friends that they're going to use to help them get out on bail, or if not make money through companies like McDonald's, which they wanted to set us all up in regards to a media crime, and charge that large American fast food company large legal costs and having a monopoly over them. If you've got state law in your pocket, that many dirty coppers, then of course no one's going to come and arrest the director and the lawyers for doing that, correct? Lawyers can search anything, correct? That's what basically they do, and that's why they can use energy and gas, not just to then extract data and steal from us, but then also feed data from the radiographers, but then also use it as a weapon as well, like gas us or electrocute us, cause damages to our lungs and our heart, and etc. Anyway, this is Chris Paisa, date of birth, 3rd of the 8th, 81. Today's date is the 29th of the 11th, 2016. I'm just here in Moorebank. I've tried various reports in regards to notifying the proper channels in regards to getting some assistance, and trying to at least notify everyone that around me as much as I could. whilst also being disabled in regards to internet, phone, finances, and not just me and my mum. I'm a carer. I've got to look after her, and my nephew's 10 years old that I have to then look after as well. They all rely on me and getting some assistance and direction, and that's nearly impossible whilst getting attacked 1, 2, 3. At the same time, similarity, whilst then they then have a mic in our ear getting audio around us, plus some Wi-Fi equipment on our phone lines, energy lines, and then if any equipment is still left from their failed armed robbery from last year in 2014, etc., etc. They also have that on hospitals, radiologists, Kingdom Hall, lawyers, or anywhere else where they want us to get data or feed data in regards to doing this. And they come from the energy lines or gas lines in regards to knocking out witnesses from Supreme Court cases, or just from our normal Kingdom Hall, that witnesses that know that us or store away some evidence for us. So luckily I've been able to upload everything on Google now, so at least protect their lives in that aspect, because at one stage they were then put in their names on the list and then suspected to have Wi-Fi medical equipment, which they've then been able to emit through the mic in my ear and the iPhone mechanism covered up in plastic, just the mechanism side of it, with plugs to I can basically give you a logical explanation of the simulation received, that basically still it's like external. It's received to your bioorganic computer, which is like a computer, but it's bioorganic. Anyway, so poor old people and young people that don't know how to combat it, or then can't differentiate between if it's their simulation or their own thought, or it's planted from a foreign source. Just like when you got your computer, laptop, if someone's in pushing, you're trying to fight for your Google browser or something like that. That's basically what's happening. Anyway, hope this video helps. Chris Paisa, date of birth, 31. That was the car that they used on the 25th of 11th, 2016. They hotspotted it for Bluetooth, tried to murder me in this car with the Bluetooth, and then get into the HUD, into the mainframe, and then power steering and lock it up and try to steer it to the left, and then try to kill me behind the wheel with Wi-Fi medical equipment. They're able to do that, and take me to the power box. For an example, I can give you a smart meter. It's come with an app like AGL. You go on their account and you can module check your lighting, your aircon, etc., etc., and then they're able to use that template, change it with code, and then push and pull either that way, or just recheck for your energy line for your transformer or something like that, or some other way. And these police officers knowing how then to catch white collar crime. You got police officers now trying to target old people and young people for money in their pocket, old generation and new generation. This is Chris Paisa.